go, folks. One of the most anticipated matchups of the entire regular season. Two national championship contenders, each ranked in the top 5. Which side can step up and deliver on this big stage? Welcome to Athens, Georgia. We are between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the USF Bulls, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. The Bulls will kick this deep to get us going. Return starts from inside the 5. He stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen. That's good coverage there. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. Fans around the country got their eyes on this matchup. This is going to be fun. It doesn't happen often enough in college football, an early season collision of top 5 teams.
Yeah, you'd love to see a test early in the year for the players and the coaches because you find out all that work you put into the summer. You think you got a good football team, and now you get a chance to go up against one of the top teams in the country. I'm just glad we're here to witness. That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that 1st down loss. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. They make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30.
Boy, just like that, we've got a big play already here by this offense. Not afraid to take some shots downfield. They hit it. They got great field position now.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking to throw it on 1st down. On the move now. And the pass rush finally gets home for a sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time. Allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the 1st sack of the game.
Bringing pressure. He'll take a deep shot. He's got it right near the end zone. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal.
How about that? The receiver had nobody around him. That's frankly embarrassing for this defense when you let someone deep downfield go completely uncovered.
The Bulldogs will line up here on 1st down and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That is a dream start for the offense, but what an opening possession.
You know, sometimes you just want to kind of get settled into a game. These guys didn't really wait at all. They had a script. They knew exactly how to attack the defense, and it works out.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. They go with a direct snap. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up, and it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Oh, nothing but green grass ahead. All the way back for a score. Touchdown, Dogs.
Great job here by the backer, just mirroring the quarterback, reading his eyes, and then stepping in front of that throw. Comes up with it, and then he goes back to high school, shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands, takes it in for a touchdown.
So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back through a pick six in the last possession. And he's pushed out of bounds after a short run. Not enough for a first.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Crucial third down play after that completion. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. The Bulls are moving quickly down the field. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Breaks into open space. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Second down after that previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches the 38. First down from there.
Well, it's hard to be in man coverage when the quarterback has this kind of time to be able to navigate and find the open man. He finds his receiver pulling away from that defender, makes a nice throw and a first down.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he goes nowhere. Stop pulled behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
They bring him down after a short gain there.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Running out of time in the pocket. And the senior calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
God, I love to see a quarterback willing to put his life on the line for his teammates. What a job here of picking up the first down, taking that big hit, and going right back to the huddle. You can see his teammates patting him on the back.
They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
And they hand it off to the back. Headed for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution in that drive, Kurt?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
They flipped into the field. We're ready now for the second period. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line. Dogs looking to use the up-tempo offense here.
Pretty good game here by this offense, and here they are. They're getting already set to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. Defense better get their cleats in the ground.
Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. Man is going to be taken down there, but there is a flag on the field. And the huge gain is negated as the officials spot a penalty. Tough for the offense to bounce back from that one. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Catch made on the left side. He shreds the tackle. And he's brought down there.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out in space.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. The Dogs will line up to punt it away. See if he can make something happen with the return. And he'll be forced out of bounds after a small pickup on that return. The USF offense is back out there now. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? First down and more. He's still running. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. Touchdown, South Florida. He wins the foot race to the end zone.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
Point after, up and good. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Offense makes its way on the field, ready to start the drive. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Across the 30. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Georgia.
Oh, my. What a great play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. Last possession, a perfectly blocked running play. They scored in one play. Can they keep it going? Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
And tackled after a small pickup there.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. So the holding call on the offense will back them up 10, and they'll try it again. Second down play coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. It's a screen pass complete to the running back.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
That completion sets up a third down play. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Powering through a tackle. He's in the clear. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy. Keep
end zone ahead. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, USF.
Chris, I don't care what era we're talking about in college football. Defending the option when it's really well executed, one of the toughest things that defense can do, and this quarterback deserves a lot of credit. A great feel of when to pull it and when to give it. This time he keeps it himself for the touchdown.
And it's field of returner trying to create good field position here. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn in the early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession. And it's good for a first down at the 36.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36 in his first down. Runner takes the toss and moves to his right. Taken down, but not before he makes the first down.
With great patience and acceleration to be able to pick up this first down by this back from Georgia. You think of Georgia backs, you think about Herschel Walker right away, right? Sonny Michel, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Noshawn Marino. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Georgia backs.
Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 27.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute timeout. Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
Powering through. And they stop him at the 4 after an excellent run. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
And the Bulldogs come to the line with 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that second level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. He's got room to run. Got the first down and still motoring. Quarterback in the clear. Now here he goes.
I can't believe the defense kept him out of the end zone. Once this quarterback gets out in the open field, he's basically like a running back. He has that kind of skill set. I thought he was going to take it to the house.
Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. 1st down and goal. Can the defense force a field goal and keep the lead at halftime? He's looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, it's a great job by this defense coming up with a big sack there on the 1st and goal. The offense still has their opportunities. Let's see if they can get back on track here on 2nd and goal.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, drops back. And the hitter just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete.
Risky throw here on 2nd down. You know, small spaces down here can be an issue for any quarterback. Very interested to see what they call here on 3rd down coming up.
Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Really trapped him for a sack. The defense will spend their 2nd timeout here to make some adjustments. So here on 4th down, out comes the field goal team. It'll be a 33-yard attempt here. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. On the move. Can they catch him? All the way for a touchdown. What a highlight moment. The kickoff taken all the way back for a touchdown.
Man, a kick return for a touchdown is one of the most electrifying plays in football. Everything has to align right. Great blocks. Return man hits the crease just like he did there. Then he's off to the races. By the way, if I'm the kickoff coverage team, I don't know if I'd be kicking to this guy anymore.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. Tries to get it to the running back. Looks left and finds his target there. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
What a huge play for this offense as this half is coming to a close. Here's where you've got to get a little greedy because what seemed like a drive where you're happy to maybe come up with 3 points, now you've got a real shot to maybe put the ball in the end zone.
Makes the catch downfield. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Bulls come up to the line in a hurry-up. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Oh, look at the quick cut.
Hey, if you're not going to account for a quarterback, he's going to be smart enough to take off when the opportunity is there.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Wants to throw it. The pocket breaking down. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time.
Well, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Here we go, third down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. Shotgun formation here on third down. The pass is incomplete. We're down to just 4 seconds remaining.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance, but he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. Looks like the final play of the half coming up.
1-6, not 3.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And they get him down what will be the final play of this first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Dogs will kick this deep to begin the second half. Well, they thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. Hoping to click here at the beginning of the third quarter, trying to make up this deficit. Gets the first and still running. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
And at first down, they go right back to him. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
That completion makes it second and medium. A direct snap. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Zero running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Bulls will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on fourth down. Fourth down, he's throwing for it. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Nice into space. Touchdown, Dogs. A crucial pick six.
How about the risky call here by this offense? I love that they're going for it on fourth down. Not so sure about the play call. The defense was not fooled at all. Steps in front of this throw for a nice touchdown.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. Can they recover from that right now? That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. The 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a 3rd and manageable here? After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. On the run here, lets it go. Short throw complete to the tight end. And the defense brings him down. The Bulls come to the line in a hurry-up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play. Punt team ready to boot it away. And the returner heads out of bounds. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Pressure is coming. Takes a hit just as he lets it fly. And he's got it down there inside the 35. Brought down at the 18, and suddenly this offense is in the red zone.
Boy, that's got to be a breakdown in coverage or a missed assignment. There's no way that a receiver should be that wide open.
Handoff here from the shotgun. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Important 2nd down play coming up. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Looking for 6. Touchdown, Georgia. And the route is on.
Now that's what great teams do. Things are getting a little bit too close, so they go right down the field with just a few plays to put this game right back to having a comfortable lead.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. USF offense is back out there now. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Looking for the wide out. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46. No huddle now for the offense. First down, looking to throw the ball. It's an out route. The catch made. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball into enemy territory. First down now at the 40.
And there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
Picks up the first, looking for more. Oh, the way to the end zone. What a play. Touchdown, Bulls.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's caught in the end zone for a 2-point conversion to cut into this lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Number 10, set to kick it off. He'll bring it out from his end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him. And here comes a deep shot. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Offense offense ready to start this drive. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
This guy has been dominant all afternoon long, but that time, the defense has got to be asking themselves, where is that bit? They finally get to him behind the line.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the mark. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes a quick grab. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. The Bulls hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Keeping it on the ground here. He picks up 9, so just short of the 1st down. 2nd and 1. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, that defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming in.
Oh, and he fumbles. Oh, and they pick it up. It's still a live ball.
Well, the offense catches a break here. Lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
The Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Finding space at the 20.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
And the wideout goes in motion. Looking to chuck it again. Gets rid of it on the move. The receiver grabs it. Brought down at the 3 after the completion. The offense really threatening now.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards, and they stay ahead of the sticks.
Direct snap to the back. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So here we go, 3rd down. Defense needs a stop here. Trying to force a field goal attempt. They'll give it to the running back. They stop him behind the line. That's going to set up 4th down and short.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Crucial play. Down double digits in the 2nd half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, South Florida.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. They finally make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play to wrap up this 3rd quarter. And it's been an old-school ground game duel. These running backs have been putting on a show so far today. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Catch made on the right side. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Chris, it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Oh, there's the stiff arm. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Yeah, I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
And the back gets the football, and they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, this defense understands the magnitude of this drive right here. That's back-to-back plays. They've stepped up and done a great job. Now it's third down. Can they apply some more pressure to try to get this offense off the field?
Looks to his left and makes the completion. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Well, the defense gets these guys to third down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Not much on that play. Brought down short. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Short pass finds the tight end. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
Fourth down and 2 coming up as they try to keep the drive going. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They'll change the pre-snap look now. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a fourth down stop.
Well, here we go, Chris. Talk about a game-changing play by this defense. Maybe a momentum-stealing play. I mean, there's still work to be done here, but this defense has given their offense a shot to maybe get back into this game.
Catch made by the tight end. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. The Bulls looking to run some tempo here. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Extending the play now. They bring him down, but not before he moves the sticks with a first down gain.
Defense does a great job of taking everything away downfield. This quarterback wanted to take a shot, but nothing is there. The only problem is they didn't account for him taking off and running, so he picks up the first down.
Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21. The Bulls will have 1st and 10 here. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down. The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 now from the 21. Second down, they're going to throw it. QB to the tight end for a completion. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. Looking to throw yet again. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, USF. Strong game by this quarterback. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down to the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points when they bounced back here. He's past the marker and still gone. Breaks into the clear. He's past the 30. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Dogs. A tough one all the way to the end zone. What determination.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the offense, hoping to get a drive going. Play action here on first down. The tight end has got it. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw. Final 2 minutes as this offense desperate to get some points here quickly and try to stage a big comeback. Offense getting set. It's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Breaks into the clear. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Look to throw it here on second down. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Third down, out of the shotgun. Catch made on the out route. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down. And now they're going to hustle to the line and get set. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Turns it loose downfield. It's a beautiful throw. Hits him in stride. And the tackle is made, but the offense now is set up. First and goal from the 9. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. Offense racing down the field. It sets up a first and goal inside the 10. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. They just have to be smart.
Solid first down gain sets the ball up close to the goal line. And they finish it off here on second and goal. Motors all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls.
Chris, they did what they had to do with this touchdown here. Now with under a minute to go, you got to get that onside kick to give yourself a real shot.
The offense still out there. We're going for 2 here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Looking to scramble. Makes the catch for the 2-point conversion as they continue to cut into this lead. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. They safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could wrap up the ball game.
And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Can they play key boy here, just protect this lead in the final 2 minutes? Fights off a defender. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So second and short here, exactly what you want when you're trying to run the clock out and secure the victory. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Running play called on 3rd and short. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. It's a one-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on 4th down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Trying for a 4th down completion. There's contact on the throw. He's got it and run for a 1st down. With that, they should be able to hold on, Kurt, and they prevail in this early season showdown. Never sure. They're the better side.
Anytime you can pull off an upset like this over such a highly ranked team, obviously will help your resume and I think build some confidence that should carry over the rest of the year.
1st and goal. If they play this right, they can pretty much put the game on ice. There's the snap, and he just takes a knee.